Well guys, it's the final visit of the season, for me at least, to Six Flags Great Adventure. So let's check on what Project 2026 or 27 is looking like. So you can kind of see the big dirt mound that is still sitting over there. Golden Kingdom still walled off. They had pretty much poured most of the footers, if not all, almost all of the footers at this point. I think there's still a couple we're waiting on, and we're just waiting on those end caps to get on. At this point, we're just really just waiting for track and supports. So yeah, guys, we're pretty much just waiting on track and supports at this point. I think there's one footer right there that is still yet to be poured, but yeah, once track and supports arrive, we should get moving on this. That is one big pile of dirt. You see some construction equipment still here. So if you guys haven't seen recently, Magic Mountain's track and supports have just arrived. And so hopefully that coaster goes up pretty quickly. They still have yet to pour the footers for that attraction. I think they're still dealing with the state of California for that. But our footers for our coaster are pretty much poured at this point. So as soon as those track and supports get here from Mach, or they're supposedly coming from Europe, this should go pretty quickly, I'd imagine. I don't know if I'm gonna go all the way down to where Ka's plot is, because at this point the Wild Safari is closed. I might try to get over there if as I'm leaving the park today, but supposedly there's a super massive footer over there that is completely poured, so that is very exciting. That's going to be for like a 300 to 400 foot tower, so I'm absolutely pumped for that.
Whatever, man.
I absolutely love the fact that Great Adventure took all that time to repaint Superman's floor, yet they can't do that to Nitro. Which, speaking of which, Nitro has actually reopened again this week. It was down for like 2 months, I have to say, but glad that they were able to get it back to close out the 2025 season. So El Toro has closed for the 2025 season, as you can see, but they have actually already have started ripping up track for its retrack next season. So let's go down and take a look at that. Wow guys, take a look at that. That's a big section of track there missing. Very exciting to see. that spot right there is usually a really rough spot, so I'm glad that they're starting with that section. It's not terrible. There's like just like a big like jolt going into the bottom of that drop. So looks like they're gonna start out with that, and then we'll see how much they are going to be doing. I believe they did a little bit this season, and then they're going to do probably, if I had to imagine, the second phase of that over the off season, and then next off season they'll probably do the final installation of track. But yeah, I'm really excited for that. So Great Adventure is not doing holiday in the park this year, but they do have some Christmas decorations up. Thought that was really interesting. I have been seeing some markers recently in this plot of land over here where Daredevil Dive sits. So if we do get some rides next season from Six Flags America, potential expansion right here, we shall see.
Difficult illusions and death-defying escapes to captivate and amaze audiences around the world, dated by and perhaps obsessed with death. Unfortunately, the one escape Houdini couldn't master was to escape death. On Halloween Day, 1926, Houdini died with his wife Bess at his side. I've never felt so much unrest. I sense Houdini's presence inside the gargoyle. And maybe his spirit is there. There, inside the Chinese water torture cell. Stay with me. God is growing stronger and stronger.
So they are playing Christmas music, and Porky and I don't know who he's with, his girlfriend, are dressed up in festive attire, but yet they're not doing holiday in the park, which is it's very sad, because I really like holiday in the park, but I do get it. They have been scaling it back. Hopefully someday it can return, but with the current state of the company, I just don't see that happening. They could pull a Kings Island where they don't do it, and then all of a sudden they don't do it for a couple years, and then all of a sudden it gets brought back once Six Flags gets to a better state. But right now I just don't see that coming back. But anyways, guys, that's going to do it from this week's Project 2027 construction update here from Six Flags Great Adventure. Hopefully, over the off season, we see track and supports arrive. Definitely an interesting season. I'm not gonna say it was great because it definitely was a little bit of a Six Flags season, I gotta say. But anyways, guys, if you like this video, be sure to hit that like button and that subscribe button to stay up to date with all the fun stuff I got going on here on PA&J Thrills, and I will see you guys next time. Bye bye, guys.